A couple of reminders right off the bat. One, we have a quiz on density tomorrow, but it'll also have a couple of questions about mass, length, volume, stuff from previous, and don't forget that you can still use your star slides on it, and previous week's star slides too. So reminder number one. Reminder number two, there is no virtual class tomorrow on Friday because tomorrow is not a Flex Friday. Tomorrow is in person for B-Day. So if you are a B-Day student, you are in class today, and you are in class tomorrow, and that's because we had Tuesday off. So those are my two reminders, so don't forget those and ask me if you have any questions. But now, let's get into it. So for today, you're going to your addenda, your attendance question, instruction video. All right, we're watching a video about density again. So again, density is the amount of stuff in a certain amount of space. So it depends on both the mass and the volume. And it's kind of like if something is more compact and squished, it's probably more dense. If it's more spread out, it's probably less dense. So watch that video. And then we have another set of slides talking about density. Today we're talking about calculating density. And calculating density is all dependent on mass and volume. And so you'll see in the slides here, on the second slide, that we have the formula for density. Density equals mass divided by volume, or mass over volume. You can see it here with their abbreviations, D equals M over V, and then a helpful hint. A really common way of describing density is saying that density is like a broken heart, because if we have an M on top and then a V below, it kind of looks like a heart with a line through it. That's a great way to remember if it's mass over volume or volume over mass. And so it's like a broken heart. So it's like an M and a V. So now using that, go ahead and answer all the questions here, and then on to the next page. Ooh. We have another gizmos that we're doing today. So we have a Google Doc that you're working on, and you have the density lab itself. Don't forget to log in. If you get to the point where it times you out after 5 minutes, that means that you haven't logged in. So make sure to go over here for login and enroll and log in, most likely your username and password. Username is your school username plus WMS, and then your password is your normal school password. But if you can't remember, I have it all, and so I can tell you what it is. And so we're doing density laboratory today. It should look like this. So it's other gizmos. Go ahead and do that. And then for your extension today, you have two options. One is if you are doing it in class, and one if you are doing it at home. So density, like we found yesterday, is all about sinking and floating. And so liquids can sink and float too, and that's how we would get layers in liquids. So we want you to try to figure out which is the least dense and most dense of 5 different liquids that you find. And if you're at home and you're doing this at home, you can pick any 5 liquids. It could be shampoo, it could be soap, it could be water, it could be milk, could be pop, could be rainwater versus tap water, any liquid or lotion even, any liquid substance you can use, and try to layer them from most dense to least dense. It'll probably take a couple of tries, because if you have them layered and they're not in the right density, they're going to start to mix together. So you're going to try to get as many clean layers as you can. But if you don't want to do that, or you're in class, you can do this first option. So pick any random 5 liquids that you want, and predict which ones are the most and least dense. Write the predictions down below, and then Google. So Google what the density of each is, and then write down the correct order of your 5 liquids below your prediction list. So if you're choosing option 1, you're just Googling the densities and writing down your predictions and the actual results. If you're doing option 2, you're doing this at home and parent supervision, because you might make a mess. Get 5 liquids and try your best to layer them, and then tell me below what the layers were. So that is your extension for today. And then, as always, we'll end with some star slides and what you should have done today. All right. If there's anything you need, let me know. We're slowly creeping up on our distance learning time. So if you have any questions, I'm going to see you guys either 2 or 3 more times in class. And so make sure to ask any questions that you have. All right. Bye!